All right, let's do the countdown. All right, peace to the family. This is Brandon B. Dixon, and I got my special guest, Sam Chatman, Sam the realtor, in the building. So we're gonna go ahead and just get hot right into it. Let's do the introductions real quick. I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm gonna let my guest add a platform and introduce himself, and we're gonna go ahead and get it started. Let me get my banners up here. Bam. My name is Brandon B. Dixon, NMLS 1541210. At Billionaire Loan Officer on all social media. I am a mortgage broker by trade. Also, I'm a luxury agent as well. So I'm on both sides, the loan officer and the agent, Houston and Atlanta. So you go to my website, www.applywithb.com, if you want to book me for a consultation, or if you want to go ahead and apply for a mortgage. That's the spot to do it. Also, you can call me 24/7, 832-775-8357. You can call me 24/7. As long as it's about business, I'm ready to talk real estate. So I got my special guest in the building, Sam Chatman. Sam, go ahead and tell them who you are, where they can find you, all of your,
That's right.
Yeah.
So listen, I am Sam Chatman. I am based in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. I cover almost all of Georgia. So any of your needs here in Georgia, I can take care of. You can hit me at 678-536-8746 or on social media at Samuel Travarian. And that's SamuelTravarian. And that's who I am. So let's jump right into it, Brandon.
Gotcha. So, man, let's start off with the basics. Everybody wants to, get the not only what you do, but the why. So, of all the things that you could have been doing, why real estate? Why did you choose the real estate as your profession? Why did you choose that as your calling?
So listen, I grew up in real estate, and I always, I tell people I've been in real estate way over a decade, and they're like, over a decade, you only look 10. And I said, man, let me tell you, I've been in the game for a while. The cool thing about it is my background has been contract negotiation. I went to college, got my degrees. I also been in retail. I've been a general manager in finance as well. So I ran a whole finance branch as well. And doing all those things, I said, let me put it all together and do something that I love. And that's real estate. I think real estate is so important because that's how we acquire wealth as people. And my ultimate goal is to help people acquire wealth, and that's through home ownership. And that's why I do it, because I grew up in it. Everything I've done has revolved around it. And so that is me. And that's why I do it.
Gotcha. So you basically, this was born to almost like almost like the family business type thing.
Almost like the family business type thing, exactly. But everything I did related right back to real estate. Even on Sundays, we go riding around looking at houses. This is a family thing that we do. Every family have their things that they do, and that's what we did. But then taking the ability to write contracts, negotiate contracts, and teach laws, all those things combined together, it just makes real estate and it fell right into what my calling is. So.
Gotcha. So you've seen the markets do all kind of different things, ebb and flow and go up and down. I know this is a different, I hadn't seen this since 2008 or so.
Right.
What do you see the next year for real estate? I know everybody's doing the slogan "Stay alive to 25," but what do you see for 2024? Also, let's expand on that. What do you see for the next 5 years as far as real estate? You could add in the NAR decision if you want to talk about that as well. Yeah. So what's your projection?
So when I'm looking at real estate, I look at a couple of different ways. One of the most biggest things when it comes to real estate right now is the mortgage rates. And what I perceive, guys, we got an election coming up. And anytime an election come up, the things that we work for so hard to happen somehow end up happening. So I do think that an election will cause the rates to drop. I do foresee that to happen because we have an election coming up and we need somebody to be in office that can really help make home ownership affordable. And so partnering those things together, I foresee those things to happen. Now, when I'm talking about the market, I'm specifically talking about the market that I'm in. I'm in the Georgia market. So keep in mind the Georgia market is different from Florida, from Texas, from Tennessee, all of the above. So when you look at the market, it's important that we look at the market for the area, not as an overall. Okay, that's the biggest misconceptions that people do. So here in Georgia, if I pull up homes and I was with buyers today and yesterday, and I was showing them that because the rates have went up, price points have dropped from 2021. Okay, it's a seesaw effect. So when rates go up, prices drop because the homes have to sell. So we've seen a lot of price points drop. Now that drop takes place in different categories. If you are, shopping up to $400,000, that's one category. If you're between 500 and 800, that's another category. If you were at $1 million and above, that's a different category. What I'm specifically talking about is those combinations combined in the state of Georgia. We are seeing a drop in prices due to the interest rate increasing. Now, keep in mind, real estate is just like fashion. What goes around gonna come right back around. So where we are now, this isn't the first time that we've been here. We had in the past years ago where rates were at 8%. It's just a revolving door. So if you're really trying to figure out what's going to happen in real estate, it's about looking at what happened in the past because it's going to come around again. So for next year, I do think that the rates will drop some due to the election. I do think that prices are going to kind of stabilize. And then I do want to also add to Brandon to kind of capitalize on the question. People say, are we in a seller's market or a buyer's market? I think that right now we're in a sweet spot because in order to close a deal, it's not just the sellers having to really give up or the buyers having to give up. Right now, as a deal closing day by day, we're seeing that both the seller and the buyer have to come together and give. Okay.
Right.
And this is a part of the market that we just haven't seen a lot. And that's where we at. We're in what we call a sweet spot.
Right. So just to expand on that, what do you think? Will it affect? I don't know this year, but if you outlook 5 years, what do you think the NAR decision would do to the business, if anything?
I think that right now, as far as the decision when it comes to that, and I'm gonna speak on it a little bit in more to depth so you guys understand. When we talk about the NAR decision, what I'm really focusing on is buyers having to potentially cover the commissions for their own agents. Okay. That's the portion where I'm going to focus on. So speaking to anybody that's watching this live here and you guys are in real estate and you represent the buyer, it's going to be pivotal that we really make it known the value that we bring to a buyer because that's going to help keep the buyer interest of why I need a realtor. Okay. If I'm selling a home, keep in mind, if you are buying a home and I'm the listing realtor, my job is to protect and do the best interest of the seller. So I won't be representing the buyer at that point. So with that being said, there's been a lot of confusion where buyers say, well, hey, can I go in and put an offer on this deal because you're not paying an extra commission? Can we come off the price? Or can it go towards closing? And that's not how it works. Okay. Right. I think in order to make this situation kind of move forward, it's about really engaging in how people understand that we as realtors are very valued, especially from a buyer perspective. And if we do that, there's nothing to really worry about. But if we're not putting in the value, putting in the work, making people understand why it's important to have a realtor as a buyer, that's what's going to change, your potential career when it comes to representing buyers.
Right. I gave my 2 cents the other day online. I think what happened is I don't think anything will change myself personally, but anytime, especially anytime soon. But I think if they do change it, and it's first of all, it's unconstitutional. We already decided on the listing side that we negotiated on the price. What I decided to do with my commission and split it with a buyer's agent is kind of up to me, So it's all negotiable, So and I think even if I think without that chum on the buyer side, I think that the action is going to be make it harder to actually to sell your home at that point.
Right.
So also on the flip side, if I'm a customer looking for a buyer, yes, it's going to be harder for first-time home buyers for representation. Then that way, now you're going to pay too much. You have nobody representing you. At that point. So now you have no negotiation skill. So because they're not going to know the area. You're going to miss out on deals. You're not going to know this is not your field like a real agent, so you're gonna miss out on stuff.
Correct.
So you're gonna pay for it by not having representation, or or lack of knowledge, or you're gonna pay for it by having somebody professional.
Correct.
You know, just like representing yourself in a trial and litigation. Would
That's
you do that if you're not an attorney? So, and then the people that already, I said this online as well, the people that always discount their services, yeah, you can find agents that will work for 2%, 1%, 1.5%. But if that's how they operate their business, the best thing they could do is roll back their price. How do you think they're going to do as far as representing you? They're going to think that's the focal point, to roll back the price of your situation, of your offer, of your house. So that means they have no sales skills, no negotiation skills. So yeah, those type of agents come a dime a dozen. You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. So if you want a cheap discount, they got plenty of them out here.
Exactly.
You know, and if that's what they want to do, drive down the price, it's going to be, the customer's going to suffer at the end.
Right.
You know, so with that being said, I don't want to dwell on that too much, but so I think, do you represent like buyers? Like what's kind of your niche? Like, you know, everybody is, you know, kind of do a little bit of everything. Everybody want to do listings, but what's your particular niche? Are you a listing agent, you're a buyer's agent, you're leasing? What's your niche in the business?
So I'm 60% buyers and 40% listings.
Okay.
So the cool thing about me is that I have a very good mix between buyers and sellers. And just advice for people: how do you get to the seller side? How do you get more listings? And the key is getting more buyers, because what happens is when you get those buyers, eventually those buyers will turn around and sell.
Right.
And then that's when you start picking up your listing. So I think the best thing to really say is that you grow into a listing more heavy listing realtor over time.
Right.
And that's going to be key.
Right. So you're basically a buyer's agent. So this gonna, if it changes anything, definitely affects you directly. As far as, do you do a buyer's rep already, where it's like, all right, regardless of what's out there, do you still get paid the same thing, or you just kind of, hey, whatever they're offering, or do you have like a standard set price, like from the get go?
You mean from the seller?
From the seller, from the buyer. When you take a buyer on, do you have them, hey, if the seller's not offering this is my flat fee? So you know.
No. So for us here, typically how it works, that 6% will come from the sellers. Luckily, keeping fingers crossed, I've never had anything flop with a buyer to where I would have to have that flat fee in there. And I choose not to, just because the volume that I do, it compensates for that in a way. And so I just really focus on just closing that deal.
Gotcha. Yeah. Right. The next question, I got a couple more questions that we could roll out. We making pretty good time. We got about 10 minutes or so. But why, you know, I know we got a bunch in Houston. I know there's 40,000 agents just in Houston. I know there's similar in Atlanta as well. Why should a customer choose you? Why would you, you know, go ahead and give them your elevator pitch on why they should choose you to represent them and or choose you to list their house?
Right. I think the key is this, and I can say anything I want to say. My record speaks for itself when you're closing deals, because I've been in the market for such a while now, 3.5 years under my own license, grew up in real estate. I have the track record to show that I can really close deals. But here's the key. My firm belief is this: when you in life, we all here for a certain period of time. I think that's really key, and that's really understood. Okay. When you understand what you like to do, that's how you understand what you're called to do. Okay. Right. And so I know I like real estate, so I'm called to do real estate. And so when you operate in your calling, at that point, you're awakening your gift. Okay. So with that being said, I always operate in my gift. So when I operate in my gift, all my deals and relationships roll smoothly because I'm very determined. The cool thing about me, and I'm just going to say this, is that I'm just not a realtor that say, hey, I want to get my real estate license. In real estate encompasses a whole bunch of things. Real estate encompasses property information, knowledge. Real estate encompasses law. Real estate encompasses contract understanding, negotiation. Real estate encompasses so many things, including operations. So if you look at my background, if you look at my resume, for finance, I've been a general manager of finance for years, so I ran the whole branch very successfully. When it comes to contracts, I'm paid by big corporations to negotiate contracts, something I've been doing for 16 years. When it comes to understanding the market and the field, I've been in the market and field for years. So I'm not just coming in saying, hey, I want to be a realtor, represent you. I've had a background of knowledge and experience that has allowed me to be successful in this role. And there's a difference between me and other realtors. Some realtors pick this up as, hey, I want to make extra money. Some realtors pick it up as, hey, I'm interested. It looks fun. I want to do it. But when you have the background that support every different facet of real estate, and then you hop into the ram in that driver's seat and you are the realtor, that's a force to reckon with. Okay.
Right.
And that, listen, Brandon, and that's that on that. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I would say most of them. I would say most 90% of them in our area in Houston is part timers. And they just after they exhaust their family and friends, they don't know how to. They don't want to embrace the fact that we're professional salespeople, A, or lead generators, B.
Right.
If you want to be successful in this business, you have to be. You have to know how to sell and market. Period. That's the blocking and tackling of this business.
That's the key, and I think that too is so many different realtors, especially here in the Atlanta area. There's a lot of realtors here in Atlanta, but they have to understand that being a realtor is more than what we see on social media as far as showing properties, as far as doing live videos and dressing up. That's not even a realtor. I tell people that realtor is somebody that's going to go over a contract, understand the contract, hold all parties liable for the contract, make sure the contract is in the best interest of the party that they're representing. I tell people that being a realtor is like being an attorney.
Right.
It's a serious role. It's a role that you have to understand is very serious. You have people earn this money online. You have so many different financial obligations that's online and liability that's online that if you don't understand it, there will be a train wreck. And so that's why we see so many people that have license that's not selling at the volume that we're selling real estate. Is because you have to be knowledgeable. You have to understand how to work those contracts. And I can't tell you how many clients I get that come from other realtors that just wasn't happy, or the deal fell through or things like that. So really operating in that role is going to really help you be successful. That's why I'm in this role.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We'd like to have a fun question on the way out, man. So if money was no object, and give me the top 3 places that you would move yourself.
Okay.
In your area and why. Like if money was no object, you could move wherever you. Top 3 places in Atlanta or surrounding areas, or even you work all of Georgia or whatever. So top 3 places that you would move yourself and why.
I would have 3 places, Brandon. I'm gonna tell you 3 places. Number 1, where I'm at now, Fayetteville area. I love it. It gives you the city mixed with the country. So it's a country lifestyle, but not far from the city and from the airport. So definitely there. Number 2 in L&J. L&J is where the mountains at, the cabins. They give you the whole cabin lifestyle. Now my third one isn't in Georgia, and I can't change my third one. My third one is Miami on the beach.
Okay, gotcha.
Those would be my top 3.
Right. So Miami, a lot of people moving out there to Miami as well. But I got a client that's I just took on a client that moved from Miami. So it's a different. It's almost like the Galleria in area. Everything high rent and everything's high end out there as far as real estate, high market real estate. But man, I definitely appreciate it. One more time before we get out of here, tell them where they can find you if they want to hire you. Hire you for to be the agent and so on and so forth.
Yep. So I'm gonna give y'all my phone number first. It is 678-536-8746. There's 2 places you can find me on social media. It's gonna be Facebook and Instagram. Okay. On Facebook and Instagram. On my first name, Samuel Travarian, and it's spelled Travarin. And then there's another page that's Real Estate Savage Sam. The Real Estate Savage Sam. And those are the places that you can find me.
And that's on Instagram?
Absolutely.
Gotcha. All right, cool. All right, man. I thank y'all for joining us for another episode of the Power of Ownership podcast. I'm here with my guest, Sam. Go ahead and if y'all like what he's saying, go ahead, like, subscribe, share the video, and hire him if you trying to move to Atlanta, surrounding areas, or even Georgia somewhere. He definitely will take care of you. With that being said, man, peace. We're gonna see y'all next time. Peace.